Hi guys, what's up? I'm in a real silly goofy mood, but this is not a silly goofy video, okay? We're gonna be talking about our feelings and why it's important to allow ourselves to feel our feelings. You have to understand, you really gotta put yourself in your perspective, put yourself in your own shoes, literally. We're gonna do that today. We're gonna put ourselves in our own shoes. And you're like, Jewel, what does that mean? It means see life from a completely unfiltered point of view. Like, and I know that's kind of crazy. Well, no, actually no, see life from a filtered point of view when it comes to your feelings, right? Because they always say, like, oh, you feel this certain, like, let's say somebody did you dirty and then you go to somebody, you're like, I don't like this person because of da, 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 da. They might think you just hating, but they don't know what you've been through. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to what I'm trying to say with that is, the way you feel is 100% valid because of what that person might have done to you. If somebody puts a bad taste in your mouth, well, you're like, it's like something nasty. Like, one thing about us, we never forget anything that smell. As humans, we don't forget anything that smell nasty, anything that tastes nasty, anything that just looks unappealing or does not catch our eye, anything that is the cause of sore eyes, not as much as a sight for sore eyes, but the thing that is the cause for the sore eyes, we tend to not forget it. And what I'm trying to say here is, validate your feelings. A lot of us, we for some reason, and I say we because we are a collective of humans, and like I said in my last video, one band, one sound. Universe means one harmony. Okay, so we all in this together. When one person's doing good, that puts everybody else on the path to doing better. That's more good that's being put out in the universe. When it comes to your feelings, for some reason, people, we push our feelings down because they feel too big. You understand what I'm saying? But we have to take a look at our feelings because they teach us so many lessons. I have this little affirmation card deck, and every day I'm like changing it out. And my affirmation, you know what my affirmation today was? Because I went through some bull crap last night, man. Ooh, child. The affirmation was, I grow through every experience. Every experience. When you allow yourself to experience your emotions, you grow. And you can put it in any kind of way, but I took that as experiencing my emotions, because lately I've been feeling some very big emotions, you guys, like, and it's completely valid. Like, I literally had to tell myself that when it came down to a certain thing, it was so when I thought about it, like when I just thought about it and stopped telling myself, oh, I'm just being emotional, or I'm just overreacting, or I'm just being dramatic, or whatever the case may be. When I actually just took a look when I actually stopped judging myself, when I stopped judging my emotions, and I just took a step back, looked at it through my perspective, everything that I had been through in life, and I'm gonna get into that. Oh my gosh. When I looked at it from my perspective, I was like, wait a damn minute. Wait a minute. It is so normal for me to feel this way because I went through this thing, and these events happened, and I personally did not enjoy it. It was very unpleasant and uncomfortable. It is so normal for me to feel, a little sad or a little upset. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna feel jolly old lucky because I'm in an uncomfortable situation. One thing I just had to realize, like, dang, I kept trying to make myself seem like, not make myself seem, but I kept trying to convince myself that I had to always just face everything with feeling happy. And the thing about feelings is they are fleeting. They come and they go. It's not about how you feel, it's about your mindset. Because the thing is, even though I was feeling a little sad, my mind did not follow my feelings. I have strengthened my mind to the point where I will not follow what I'm feeling. You understand what I'm saying? Just because I feel sad, I'm not about to just sulk and weep and start thinking sad thoughts. The thing is, I have convinced myself, and not convinced myself, but I have trained my mind to be strong in moments like that. Excuse me. So when I was feeling sad, I just kept telling myself, everything's gonna be all right. This is just one of those moments, and this is just a part of the journey. And that's how I came up with this video idea, because I'm literally sitting there crying my eyes out, head down, just crying, just sulking. And in my head, I'm like, this has to happen. Everything's gonna get better. This is all. And when I said to myself, this is all a part of the journey, it made that's when it clicked in my head. My feelings are valid, and I choose to allow myself to feel these feelings because of my journey. Look at well, you can't look at my journey, but look at your journey. You understand what I'm saying? And whatever feelings come up are completely valid because of the things that you have been through. And back to what I was gonna say, like how I said, see, when it comes to your feelings, see things from your perspective. But a lot of the time when it comes to our feelings, we see things from somebody else's perspective, which is why we say, if you're feeling sad about something, you might say, oh, I'm just being emotional or over dramatic or whatever. That's you seeing things from somebody else's perspective. That's you placing judgment upon yourself as if you were somebody else, like on the outside looking in. You understand what I'm saying? And you're not on the outside looking in, you're on the inside looking out. And so you were able to observe everything that you have been through, right or wrong, right? And then so what that means is you know your truth. You and God know your truth. And so the fact that you feel angry, or the fact that you just don't want to be around someone, I kept having to, for some reason, I just kept putting myself in the perspective of someone else when it came down to my emotions. Anything else, man, I'm really good in myself, but that's a part of the journey. Learning to be secure in yourself in all areas of your life. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all areas. If I'm talking too fast, it's because I'm literally so fired up on the inside that I'm breaking a sweat, and it's not even hot. I'm an Aries, y'all. I'm a fire sign. When I get going, I get going. And you know what I mean? Take a deep breath. Let's try and cool down. But no, seriously, like, I kept trying to see things from somebody. Well, when it comes to my emotions, I just kept seeing it from somebody else's perspective. When it came down to my emotions and wanting to cry, it's like, I was like, nah, I shouldn't be crying. What am I crying over this for? But then it's like, bro, what do you mean, what am I crying over this for? This, like, did I just forget what just happened? I have the reason to feel the way that I feel. You have the reason to feel the way that you feel sometimes. But it's important not to act on your feelings. Just because you have a feeling, you don't always have to follow that feeling. Especially if it's a bad feeling. If you're feeling sad, angry, whatever the case may be, don't act on that feeling. If you're feeling anything and feeling like you want to take action on something based off your feelings or whatever the case may be, make sure it's a good feeling. If you're feeling happy and you want to follow that feeling, go on right ahead and do so. But if you're not feeling the happiest, if you're feeling sad or angry, it's important that we do not act on those feelings, please. And I say that feelings are fleeting, just as I also say that emotions are just energy in motion, because no matter whether you use the term feeling or emotion, whatever the case may be, it passes. It passes, and you have to let it go in order for it to pass. And on top of that, in order for it to even pass, number one, you have to acknowledge it. If you just keep shoving it back down every time it comes up, it's like, y'all ever tried to put oh my gosh, Joel, I am a genius. Y'all ever tried to put a beach ball underneath the water? Like if you're at the pool or the beach and you just try and hold it underneath the water, a big old beach ball filled with all this energy, and you just try to hold it under, but every now and again it slips up and you're just like, no, stay down. Literally, that's what it's like when you hold your emotions in. It's going to keep popping up until you allow it to surface. Then you acknowledge it and you say, I feel this way when this thing happens. I notice I feel real tense when this person comes around. You have to allow yourself to feel. You have to ask yourself. The thing is, everything is on purpose. And I mean everything is on purpose. Everything. From the way you sound to the way the human body works. It's all on purpose. Down to the atom. Okay? Down to the atom. It's all on purpose. It's all beautiful when you really just break down life to the atom. It's so beautiful, I'm telling you. And what was I going with that? So what I'm trying to say there is, we feel feelings for a reason. 9 times out of 10, our intuition guides us based off of feeling. It guides us based off of feeling. And with that being said, I also wanted to add in, imagine shutting your feelings off. Imagine what that would do for your intuition. Because the way we go down this path, the way we get guided to our hopes and dreams is by following your intuition, because your intuition guides you to that dream in your heart for you to be able to see it as your reality, right? So imagine if you were to go ahead and just shut your feelings down. Imagine if you did not validate your feelings. Imagine if you did not acknowledge your feelings. You would get nowhere. Where we are today, wherever you might be today, you have gotten to this point in your life based off of feelings. You acknowledged your feelings, you felt them, and you went based off of that. You took the chance whether to follow it or to not follow it, whatever you may have been feeling. So that's just kind of like food for thought. Like, whenever you just feel like pushing your feelings down, in so many words, you're blocking your own intuition. You're blocking your own third eye chakra, because you're choosing to not follow those feelings. When you feel that gut feeling to go follow something, that's intuition. Intuition will always be based off feeling. It will always be based off of feeling, whatever the case may be. If you feel bad, that's a sign from your intuition. Do not act on that feeling. Sit with it and let it pass. When you are feeling upset, when you are not feeling in that best headspace, sit with it. Don't try and find, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't try and find ways to not feel that anymore. Because that's one thing we always do. And you got to admit, when we're feeling angry or sad or whatever, we tend to search for the quickest thing, the easiest thing that will make us not feel like that anymore. And the quickest way to not feel like that anymore is to observe yourself. When you feel angry, sit with it. Start questioning yourself as if you are interrogating yourself. Oh my gosh, everything that I freaking say always connects. Remember how I was just talking? I'm getting loud because I'm sweating. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm getting fired up. Okay, I literally just said, when you break down life to the freaking atom, it gets beautiful. And that just ties in to what I'm about to say, because when you break down your feelings to the freaking atom and you get to the very base of it, you understand why you feel that way. But you got to get to the bottom of it, and you got to observe it. I literally blow my mind. I literally blow my mind so many times throughout the day. It be so many times, especially when it's nighttime talking to God, bro. I be like, dang, man, I wish I would have got that on camera or something, because I be needing to share. Oh my gosh. I'm literally getting all sweaty, man. The sun, it's literally about to rain. Like, I don't know if y'all heard, like, Hurricane Debbie or Tropical Storm Debbie, whatever it is. I live in South Florida. I almost just doxed myself. I live in South Florida, so we getting a little bit of rain, but it's not heavy. But it's heavy, but it's not like hurricane style. It's just scattered thunderstorms. So it's cloudy. It's really cloudy. The sun's not out. Yet I'm sweating up a storm because I'm really fired up. Like, I'm telling y'all, I'm on a roll here. But honestly, I think I just said everything I needed to say with that. Like, you gotta validate, number one, validate your feelings, validate your journey. Life is a sacred journey that only you can experience for yourself. Stop experiencing life through other people. Stop doing that. We gotta stop. When it comes down to your feelings, stop judging yourself, or stop perceiving yourself from somebody else's point of view. When you feel angry, stop perceiving yourself as a hothead, but validate your journey, man. Validate yourself. Stop trying to do that through other people's point of view. Another thing, like, if you getting dressed in the morning, you got on like a little fly outfit, instead of complimenting yourself, I'm just gonna call myself out on this. Sometimes, even now, I sometimes compliment myself through like somebody else's perspective, and I say, I just imagine some random person in my head. I'd be like, girl, you look good today. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. But I realize it's more important and it's more effective for me to look at myself and compliment myself from my own perspective, because self-image, self-perception, self-confidence, belief in yourself is what will really take you far. It's not other people's belief in you. It's not other people's confidence in you. You are only living your life for you. So you've got to push yourself to be better. Stop waiting on somebody to come and push you along, because the only person that's coming to save you is a higher version of yourself, a more experienced version of yourself, a more knowledgeable, a wiser version of yourself is coming to save you. Not Buddy, Sal, and Joe, not Kimmy, Sarah, and Louise. You are the only one that can help you and God. Because if you listen, a closed mouth don't get fed. If you don't open, because God hears your heart, even if you don't talk to God at all, or you talk to God very scatteredly, God hears your heart. But in order to make that reality, in order to make what you are desperately dreaming for reality, you got to open your mouth and speak it into existence. And so if you are feeling upset, you got to speak that into existence and let God know verbally, I'm upset because this happened. And watch how all of a sudden, the minute you say that out loud, it's almost like he just took that burden from you. He took that energy out of you. And it just like, it feels like he just vacuumed that out of your heart. I'm so serious, man. One thing I will never do on this channel is play in y'all face, man. I'm not about to sit up here, record all these videos just to play around with somebody's life, man. Because y'all taking the time out today to see the video. I'm telling you, instead of venting to other people, vent to God. Because in so many words, it's like see it as a literal vent. When you let that out, when you let that steam out, see it as like, God is like the AC, kind of like just cooling you down, bringing you back down to earth. Y'all gotta stop playing with God's name, man. I don't know why so many people think it's funny to mock God, your creator, the one who you're gonna have to face when your life is all said and done, whether you believe in him or not, whatever the case may be. And I'm not talking about y'all in general, but I just see that from time to time, like people mocking God. Like it's this show on Netflix, and I literally didn't even get 5 minutes into the show because I was skeptical of it, because I'm a firm believer in God himself, in Christ. Okay? And so the very beginning of the episode, they paint God as like someone that's like an alcoholic, burning things down. I'm like, yeah, no, we're not about to sit up here and play with God like that. Because about God, listen, one of my convictions in life is I don't get violent. And I try not to get violent with people because I've outgrown that version of myself. But when it comes to God, I know he can defend himself. He can literally defend himself. But when it comes to God, man, I do not play, man. Y'all bet. I don't know. I just wanted to put that in there because it's like, what be wrong with folks? But vent to God. That's really what I was talking about. Vent to God, because he will literally suck that energy out of you. And you will feel brand new. Like the more and more you just keep talking, like let it all out. Don't hold back. Be like, I'm so upset. I'm so frustrated. Whatever the case may be. The more and more you just let it out, because that's the thing about feelings, and it ties back in once again. The thing about feelings is eventually they will pass if you allow them to. You have to let them out. Okay, you have to let them out. Talking about it has never hurt anyone. So talk about it with God. Talk about it with him. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm telling y'all. When it comes to those feelings that are unpleasant and uncomfortable to feel, stop pushing it down like you're trying to push a beach ball underneath the water, because it's only just going to pop back up. In so many words, those feelings, from the initial time you first feel that feeling, it's like gonna be like a bullet ricocheting off the walls, and you're steady trying to dodge the feeling because it's bouncing off the walls. You've got to open the door. You've got to open the window so that the feeling can let out. You understand what I'm saying? That's really all that I have for this video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. I want to say thank y'all so much to everybody who is joining the community, man. 1,000, I believe right now, 1,245 people, or 40, I think it's 45. 1,245 people are in the community right now, and that's mind-blowing because I physically would get overwhelmed if there was that many people standing right in front of my face. That's about how many people was in my high school. That's like being on stage in front of everybody, in front of every student at my high school that I used to go to. The amount of anxiety I would feel would be crazy, but it's really a beautiful thing because so many people are growing, man. Matter of fact, I'm so serious. Give yourself some credit. Like I said, validate your journey, man, because I'm sure it has not been easy. I don't know everybody's story, but I know there has been some bumps in the road. You might have fell in the dirt, got a face full of mud, mouth full of dirt and bugs and worms. I know. Because that's life. We learn our most important lessons through pain. Because that's the only way as humans, we could be hard-headed. It's not God that says we have to learn through the pain, because sometimes we could just learn straight up through like an easy experience. But the way we really learn and we really get it stuck in our heads is through pain. And our brain's job is to keep us alive. So if anything's gonna hurt, we say absolutely not. Really though, for real. That's all that I have for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed so much. I will see y'all in my next one. Until next time, bye friends. Hi guys.
Bruh.
I live in, so you know, let me not say that.